Imagine having your car broken into after 2 weeks. It looks crazy, eh? Alright, g'day guys, Matt Press Built Cruisers, welcome back to another video now. Different style video today, packing for camps. It's a bit crazy at the moment, but I've got lots of different videos of footage because the car's obviously been built over lots of days, lots of times, and there's lots of little random mods, and it's not worth for one video because it'll be like a minute long video. So today's gonna be lots of random mods, very exciting. Alright guys, 60's back in the shed, super exciting because today doing the final mod for the MCC Bullbar, which is these big fog lights here. So indicators are in and wired up, but now for the fog lights. So this is the box you get, cute little box here, and it's pretty straightforward. You get some instructions here with photos. You've got your sort of clips, your big adjustable screws for light height. Obviously you got the wiring harness because it is a full-on wiring kit, and then the light itself. So it's really straightforward. You basically get a knife, cut around the edge here, then these little caps come off, so you throw them in the bin technically. And then obviously that's just going to sort of slide in there. And you can see here there's a slider here and a little clip here, and that's going to make it be able to tilt. So let's get these in. So I remember my first time using a knife. Oh, like this. Oh, that was way easier. On the next one, yeah. That's
Once all clips are installed, insert a fog light from the front. Please make sure.
Alright guys, then basically grab your light, just make sure you feed your cable through obviously, and then I'm going to hook in this right side first and then sort of slide the left in. Oh yeah, that's it. Once that's in, that's nice. Alright guys, so we're going to install this driver side one now. Pretty straightforward. You get your light here, and you have these two white clips. One's a bit thicker, one's a bit thinner. So the thicker one goes on the, which side of the thicker one? So the thicker one goes on the outside, and it's pretty straightforward. You literally just grab it, and you just clip it in. Pretty strong sounding click. And then the thin one goes on the other side. And then basically this little sort of white plastic clip, push that underneath through this little sort of square on top here. Okay. So it looks like that. And then basically we'll just sort of peel that back a little bit, feed the cable through, and then what I like to do, I like to push in this sort of left side here first because it's a bit thicker plastic, there's a bit more force. It is quite hard to find, but you will find it eventually and get it clicking in. And then she's in. That was ridiculous. But we'll cut that, it'll look like it went first go. Alright guys, so simple install, pretty straightforward. As you can see, the screw goes sort of up into there, plastic bit clips into there, and then that's the adjustable screw. So obviously you want it this way because if you've got it on the top, you won't really be able to unscrew it properly. And then the plug, we just plugged it in to test it out. And yeah, we can actually turn that on. And I'll give you a little preview. I'll do that. So it's hard to see there guys, but it's more of a straight beam, and yeah, we're kind of, to be honest, it's not as bright as we thought, so we might wire it in as a Parker. So you can see there, it's about 15 watts, 3 little 5-watt LEDs in there, which is probably the same as just the sort of daytime running light over there, but yeah, I think, you know, it'll be fine, it'll look good, but I think we're going to run it as a Parker because it's really not that bright. Yeah, it does look, they do look really hot. It just makes the car a little bit more modern and sleek. Alright guys, pretty excited. You can see they're on now. Lewin's wired them in like 5 minutes. It's crazy. It's pretty straightforward. Because we've run it right through Parkers, you can see we've got the Parker on here. It's just super simple. Super simple. So basically now, Lewin's twisted my arm. We're going to go to Autobahn and swap these old halogen sort of style. I think these are T10 globes. So being a 60 series, really easy. Just 3 screws. This cap will come off. And we'll swap these for LEDs as well. And that will look really nice. Sort of match the look of basically the bottom here. And yeah, they're very cross-eyed. I'll have to film at night and get a video for you guys, and you'll see they kind of beam into the middle, which is a bit different to most bars, but I think they look really nice at least. All right guys, another really good easy mod. These are little T10 Parkers and they're yellow. This one's actually slightly burnt, but just went to Autobarn and got this little kit here. So these are just LED wedge bulbs, 65 lumens, white color, 6000K, which is the same as the new fog lights / parkers we put in the bar. So gonna literally just clip them in. They're super easy. We could have also gotten non sort of like brighter ones, but these have a soft light and a little soft cap on them. So literally just clip them in and we're done. How easy is that? So we'll put this cover back on, get the other one on, and then we'll, yeah, turn it on, see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks so good. So yeah, a lot softer, looks really good. I'll get some videos of this at night, and yeah, just way more soft and subtle. That's gonna look real good. So the next upgrade down the line, as you guys will know, will be probably JTX lights in here. I think it's a 4x6 inch light, and that's gonna really transform because they got like big square daytime running lights, and it's just gonna look so nice. I'm so excited. And then we'll do a clear indicators here as well, and it's just gonna look so nice. So yeah, let's do the other one. Guys, fogs are on, they look so good. Are you serious? That looks so nice. Wait until it's night time and we get this in the dark. That's just parkers. So MCC bar lights are on and the new LED upgrades. So super simple, guys. They're only $15. So not expensive at all. That looks really good. Here are the lights at night. They're definitely very bright. And it's hard to tell, but they're more like a long wide sort of spread, but the parkers look really good, but yeah, they're quite bright. All right guys, back at it again, built map. Now, so basically, kicker speakers. Now, I don't know, okay guys, we're live, all right?
What?
All right guys, simple setup. Kicker speakers. Now, pretty exciting. If you don't know much about speakers, you're probably like me, I don't know that much about them, but I have learned recently that your 100 watts RMS, you want that figure to be really high, and 100, which this is right up there. So some speakers in this car now are like 40 or 50. This is 100, and then 300 watt max, which as we guys know is huge. So these are kicker. I wouldn't say they're cheap. I got them at special for 127, normally 160. That's just for two. But compared to, you know, JVC, Kenwood, they're a bit cheaper than these. But super excited. So obviously we're going to get these in the front. 60 series has 2 speakers in the front door, 2 on the boot, none in the rear doors. So for now we're going to get these, and if it sort of doesn't sound that great, we'll probably just end up doing an amplifier and all that other good stuff. So basically in the box there's 2, so we'll just open one. Pretty straightforward. You got your speaker here, and then we've got 2 little wiring connectors. We've got some screws, and obviously just 2 little wires here. So pretty straightforward. There's a positive and negative. That's it. They're pretty simple speakers, and then the covers. So pretty cool looking. Got a little yellow in the center, and obviously it's not gonna be how it looks. It's gonna be how it sounds. But yeah, they look pretty cool, and whatever how good these are or not, it's just gonna be so much better than what I have. Because right now I've got one really old speaker that barely works and none in the driver door. So this will be a huge upgrade. Let's get him in the car. All right guys, pretty straightforward. We've taken these door cards off probably once a weekend at this point. So now they're gonna come off again, but pretty straightforward. Once an armrest, that's just a magnet, so they're really easy. And if you haven't taken off a door card before, you've got 2 screws for the handle, 1 screw here for the actual locking handle. And then basically you unclip and it pops off. So down here is a little Pioneer speaker, and it's small and it's dying. So this is just going to be such a difference for me. And we're going to keep these door cards off because then we're going to run the central locking, which I'm super stoked for, especially after the car getting an attempted break-in. Would love to have some wireless locking that just works. So fingers crossed that will work out. But for now, let's get these off. Imagine having your car broken into after 2 weeks. It looks crazy, eh? Alright guys, so Lewin's basically joining the new wires up to the old positive and negative. And you can see he's got the soldering iron. He's just going to go in there, seal those up. And then we'll just run some electrical tape over that as well. And that'll give it a nice proper seal. Alright guys, I thought I'd just quickly show you the size difference. So basically these are the standard stock size for a 60 series, and you can see they're about 4 inch. These are 6.5, so like a lot bigger, as you guys can probably tell. So that's obviously how that one looks. And obviously what's more important is on the back. So obviously they're old Pioneers. Now they're not obviously the factory ones, but they have other ones that are in there currently. If we look on the back here, we can see this one is 30 watts and then max 210, whereas this one is 100 watts with a max of 300 watts. So it's 70 already better than that one, and then which is more important. And yeah, obviously the size difference as well. It's not really a fair comparison, but super excited to get these new ones in, as you'd imagine, after using these tiny little ones for so long. All right, so right here, we just have to cut the door card a bit because we are going up in speaker size. And we're just carefully making it a little bit bigger, cutting it with a knife, so then these big ones fit in there. And we'll probably end up siliconing these covers on just because the screws won't work. But these will be securely screwed in the metal door, which is obviously more important. And then, yeah, we'll put the covers on. Alright guys, got the 60 series here now. Little thing you may notice if you've got a keen eye, that right here there's no wiper cover, but here we do. But these, as you can probably see, are absolutely cracked and broken. So, and we've also got one. So $27 on eBay, managed to get 2 more, and these do actually have a genuine, it says here like a genuine sort of Toyota Lexus part made in Japan. So these are genuine, and you can see here it's pretty straightforward. We're going to open these and install these on the wipers, and then that will cover that bit up nicely. You can also see that this is actually cracked on the top, whereas these are a bit longer, and obviously the black being new. So if you don't know how to install these, it's very simple. You literally slide it in sort of the top bit like that, and then you sort of just snap it in. Okay guys, now you may know that a few days ago, a few guys, it's probably weeks, but my car did get an attempted break-in, which is quite sad. And at the time, the car, I only had it for like just over a week and it already been broken into. So good, because it means it's so valuable someone wants it that badly. Bad, because it's gonna get stolen. So we've hopped online and we've got one of these. A lot of you guys recommended these. Now, you know, this is pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy about it, but this will just be an extra element to when, you know, they'll look through the window and they'll be like, you know, let's steal it, whatever. And they're just gonna see a big sort of, you know, steering lock on it. And they're gonna, you know, they'll either be like, oh, you know, now they're gonna need a grinder or something, which they probably won't have. Or as well, if they did steal it, they won't get very far because this thing will be locked. And also, not to mention, they'll probably look at it and then they'll realize there's a tracker in there and that there's all these other alarm systems. So they'll see this. I think it's honestly, I think this is more helpful as a visual thing, because before they break in, they'll just see that it's locked, so they know that the owner's gone to extra levels to make it properly secured. So basically, we're going to open this, and yeah, I'm going to be using this from now on, putting the key hidden away safely. I'll put probably on my car keys because I'll then have it on me at all times. And it's a funny looking key as well. This is not normal, so I'm assuming it's quite sort of rare to get that sort of key. But yeah, let's see what you get inside. Alright guys, there we go. So pretty straightforward. I've seen these before. You basically pull to set it, and now that's locked. And then to obviously release it, you need this special key. It's got, not sure if you can see that on camera, but it's got 4 ends. So it's not just a double end, it's actually got 4 ends on it. Basically you twist that and you lock that up. So what is cool is that, let's say I park up somewhere, like in the city for example, I'll just whip this from under the seat, pull it open, and that's it. No, like, walk away, done. And then I come back into the car, get the little key, lock that on, and unlock it. So it is quite nice to be able to just use it and sort of be quick about it, because if it's going to be a long process, I'm probably not going to use it, to be honest. Now when I use it, I probably will have the door. I might even hook it up against the door, but with the door open, we'll just see how we go. And obviously the 60 series sting was quite big, but if I sort of lock it into this corner of the pillar, alright, so I've got that in there. If I'm trying to steal it now, I can't turn right because I'm hitting the pillar here. Like, I literally can't turn it right at all. If I go left, I'm hitting the windscreen, and I've put that on rubbishly as well, and I still, that's just not worth it. Like, that's just a lot of extra time trying to, I've got about this much movement, which in a 60 series isn't going to get you anywhere at all. You're not driving away with that at all. So super happy that actually works. I will say it's probably one of the biggest thing rules. You should use it though, and then unlock it, just twist that and pop it in. Remember, I can experiment with it, so I might even lock it this way for something different, and you know, see what happens. But that way there's a lot more movement, so I think I'll lock it into that pillar. Alright guys, thanks for joining today's video. Lots of random mods, hopefully you enjoyed. Really loving the solar dash shades, they're really nice, really handy. Can't wait to go camping. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Like and subscribe, catch you guys next time on Built Cruisers.